well. All right, let's break down this price action. Let's just get into what just happened. And actually, I'm not going to lie. Don't feel, I do want to apologize to the premium members because I was focusing on getting the stream started so let's just go over here. We'll just go take a gander and see. So we'll go look at the hourly PTP structure. Let's get rid of Quadrigo here real quick just for a second. Hourly structure did signal a fully confirmed long over here on the 1 hour on the previous 1 hour candle. So at the close. So anybody monitoring the 11-hour setup would have been able to get in on this on the 11-hour. It was about 15 seconds actually before I actually posted the signal to go long. And so I just feel bad. I apologize, guys, if there was some latency in between me typing it in. But of course, this is why we focus on education and not signals, so that you guys are monitoring these things. And congratulations to everybody that caught that. The way that I managed this was right before the stream. I did not want to have a position open. I was not very, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm obviously not bullish, right, in the macro, but I don't ignore a signal. So I just took 40,000 contracts to the upside. Price pumped up. I immediately saw that. I immediately market sold them. So I was in and out on this trade. My trade lasted for about 45 seconds. I got in. Once I saw the signal generate, I noticed the signal from this candle. This candle opened up and it was about 5 seconds after I entered to where it took off. So I'm hoping that a majority of the guys are monitoring if they are intraday trading. If they're not intraday trading, then this isn't a big concern. These aren't the trades that their daily system is designed to catch. They're working on that system first before they go down to the lower system so that they can catch intraday movements like this. But anyways, nice blow off top, obviously on the hourly. I don't view this as a very bullish sign, to be quite honest with you, because I am macro bearish. I do see us descending deeply into the bowels of El Diablo, as I've been very, very consistent on. So what does that mean? When you see massive price spikes like this, either you're able to capitalize on them, as I just did this morning with being in and being out with a very, very quick trade, taking advantage of the volatility when you can. But overall, if you're looking to, so let's just revert back to trend following strategy. When you are in a bearish trend, you are looking at all pumps, all corrections to the upside as opportunities to get down, to get short. All right. This is a very common tactic of trend following trading. It mixes in obviously elements of reversal trading because you are essentially betting on wicks, and I don't like to do that. So I just took the long. I took the long that my system signaled here, and I did not enter into a short. Multiple reasons for that. I knew I was going to be on stream. It was a very kind of last minute thing. So I am flat right now. Of course, I am macro hedged on my primary account. I still have everything under the guise of a short sell hedge because, again, my macro analysis is quite bearish. We're still in the thralls of minor capitulation. We still just got the monthly sell signal from the closing month of November. The weekly is bearish. The daily is non-committal. So all of these things point me toward being macro hedged up at this point in time, just as I was hedged for a large majority of the movement down from 9,000 as well. And those are the tactics and strategies that one really needs to understand. Again, I've gone over this so many times. I talk about this all the time to the point where I feel like a broken record. If you are holding Bitcoin, if you're just holding Bitcoin, you are spot long. You're 1x long, meaning the dollar value of your holdings is going to go up or go down depending on the market value or the exchange rate of the BTC USD price ticker based off price discovery, market participation, market activity, speculation, blah, 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 manipulation, whatever. If you sell into cash, then the only thing that changes is not the dollar value of your holdings, but the Bitcoin value of your holdings. Because if you sell your Bitcoin and move into USD or euros or GBP or a Korean won or whatever your native currency is, then you have a stack of fiat currency, right? You have a value of that. So let's say you have $1,000, right? Or 1,000 won, which isn't many dollars, but I digress. Now, the amount of Bitcoin that you can purchase for that money will fluctuate with the market exchange rate, right? So you can see what you've done here. When you hold Bitcoin, you are trading BTC USD, Bitcoin being the base currency, and USD being the index currency. And when you sell into cash, you have flipped that, right? You're now doing USD/BTC, right? So you've inverted the ticker symbol is the way that I look at it, right? So whatever is on the right-hand side of the ticker symbol, in this case, we can see it says Bitcoin/US dollar. If you're holding Bitcoin, the dollar value of that will fluctuate. If you're holding dollars, the Bitcoin value of that will fluctuate, right? Okay. And this is exactly what you do when you hedge with a short sell, right? So if you're holding Bitcoin spot long and you short sell, you have gone into cash pseudo, right? You have pseudo gone into cash. Now you are hedged with a negative correlated position to your holdings. You are dollar flat, right? The nice thing about this, there's a lot of psychological benefits to this. There are tax benefits to this, obviously, because you can then hold your Bitcoin for longer periods of time. And if you then decide to sell your Bitcoin for dollars, you can take advantage of the long-term capital gains tax for the American traders out there, as opposed to the short-term capital gains tax, which will be taxed at your actual income bracket rate. And that can be higher, obviously, than long-term capital gains tax. With the Trumpster in office, obviously, there have been a lot of benefits to those taking advantage of long-term capital gains taxation. Other than that, it also has psychological benefits because if you think of the difference, think of all the times for most of you, and I know this is not applicable to the professionals out there or the very experienced traders, but I assume that many watching this channel have yet to get there or are on their pathway to get there, and that's why we're here. This is a journey that we do together. When you sell your Bitcoin for dollars, beyond the tax implications, there are psychological implications because in your mind, you think, I'm going to buy back cheaper, right? Price is high. I think price is high, or I'm afraid the price will go low. I'm going to sell my Bitcoin into dollars and I'm going to buy back at a lower price and then I'll make money when it goes back up. Usually that doesn't work because that right there, that you fear price will go lower, or that you feel you whatever, generally if you fear that price will go lower, you've lost your conviction in your trade, and that can be fine, cut your losses. But you often lack the conviction to then actually purchase lower. And more times than not, you end up buying back. You wait for bullish confirmation. You wait too long because you're tentative and fearful. And then you actually buy back in at a higher price. And so you have actually lost this gamble that you wagered when you sold your Bitcoin originally. So you've come out at a net loss, right? I have less Bitcoin that is worth less dollars. The other thing that you can do, or you have less Bitcoin that is worth the same amount of dollars, but you have not gained Bitcoin, right? You have not bought more Bitcoin for the same amount of money that you sold into cash. Conversely, if you just have a short sell hedge position open, and you guys know this, when you have a position open, and if price tanks and you have a short sell hedge open, well, your spot holdings looks like its value is going down. But if you look at your short sell, you can see your profit racking up, right? Which is counterbalancing the dollar loss from your spot position. Now all you have to do, how easy is it for you guys to close out a position that's in mega profit? Pretty easy, right? You just click a button and your position's closed. You don't have to put a new one on. You just have to close a currently existing position. And I think that's a huge psychological benefit, to short selling with a hedge as opposed to selling your Bitcoin into dollars, beyond the other implications. There are other implications as well, but I'll leave it at that. Anyways. Now, let's talk about current price action here. Of course, we are on the hourly on the BCUSD Coinbase chart, which I do like. I do like the volume. It's very clear, very steady. I think this is the best chart for what's the word I'm looking for here? Price analysis, right? You can do your analysis over on BitMEX or Bybit, but I think, and you will want to if you are looking at price levels or targets or things like that. But overall, looking for trend and volume and volatility, I like the Coinbase chart. Now, the Bitstamp chart is better, of course, for long-term analysis, but you guys know that we don't do a lot of trend lines or figures or correlations or fractals or whatever the cool kids are talking about nowadays. We stick to tried and true, back-tested, forward-tested, live-tested, successful strategies. And that's all we focus on. That's what we teach in the course. That's what we teach people to do. That's what I do. Any Hoosers. Do I think you should be opening up a short sell position on this? Well, if you're a trend following trader and you're looking to mix elements of reversal in your trading, then the answer would most likely be, I don't know. You have to do your own research. You have to determine if this is the level where you want to enter in at. In my opinion, if you are mixing those elements of reversal into your trading, then yes, this would be an opportunity. You would want to have looked at that opportunity at the wick or currently to get down into a short because, the macro trend is bearish. But again, if your own analysis is telling you that the macro trend isn't bearish, I'm not telling you that you're wrong. I'm just telling you what my analysis is. Then you would not want to do that. You would want to be looking for dips to go long if you think that the market is bullish. Now, as a trend following trader and as somebody who utilizes my technical indicator-based strategy, that's not what I'm doing. I didn't take the short. I am flat right now. Actually, well, I'm fully hedged. I've just profited in dollar value on the way up with this explosive spike. Again, my trade lasted about 45 seconds. With this particular trade, if this is a huge stop loss onto the upside and we're going to get a huge bearish movement off of this, we'll have time to get confirmation. That's obviously anything can happen in the market. Every moment in the market is unique. We could just go all the way down to 6,200, 5,900, 4,900 right now. Goodbye, Bob's your uncle. but it's unlikely. Like, for example, if we go back and we look at, typically like large movements to the downside, here's the last wick. Price is moving to the downside. We do get a couple 1 and 2 confirmation short signals before that hourly crunch down. And of course, you can even go down to something like a lower time frame. Again, if you're wanting to day trade, if you're wanting to catch these intraday volatile movements. And again, we have in the box built strategies for the premium members. But again, I want to caution this. I know we've been talking a lot lately about intraday volatility and price action because there's been a lot, right? And for the members in the group, I don't want you guys to be confused. If this is what you want to do, right? Obviously, a lot of the guys in the group have already figured this out and have got great strategies. And I love the communication and collaboration in the members lounge and on our premium channels. You're not the guys I'm talking to. I'm talking to the new guys. Don't be jumping into the stuff right away. There's a reason we start with the higher time frames and with the daily and with the swing trades. You need to build your base level of profitability before you go chasing waterfalls, okay? Before you going down into lower time frames. And for a lot of the guys in the group, and remember, I've said this multiple times as well, you can just trade the macro movements, which is where we start with our education, and be a consistently profitable trader, more profitable generally than 99% of the day traders trying to catch all these movements because they're going to have a much higher hit rate. They're generally not very experienced. They're generally over leveraging. They're generally over risking. They're generally over position sizing, and they're going to get wiped out eventually. The discipline that you're going to gain from trading the higher time frames, the daily, the weekly, the monthly, is what's going to give you the higher success rate if you choose to move down to the lower time frames. Start with the daily, be profitable with that, consistently profitable, and then move down. Okay, you have to build a base level of profitability. Otherwise, and this is a problem that I have with, I wouldn't say a problem that I have, but this is something that I see people do wrong in trading all the time, is that they want to do too much at once. They want to, they want to start working all over the place. They want to spread their focus, spread their work out. And you can't do that. You need to focus on one thing, write out your goal, work daily toward achieving that goal. Once you've achieved that goal and held it at a base level, then you can start building or branching out into other things. Most people are scatterbrained and squirrely, and they're like, oh, look at this cool thing over here. I'm going to try that. And this cool thing over here. 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 I want to try all of this. So I'm going to spend 15 minutes on this and then go 15 minutes over here and then 15 minutes over here. I'm sorry. Any of you, and I've heard all the excuses like, well, I'm a natural multitasker. I focus better like this. I need, blah, 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 blah. No. Nope. Just doesn't work. I've never met anybody who is an efficient multitasker. The human brain is not built like that. I've never met somebody who says those things and then actually gets work done efficiently and effectively. You have to focus on one thing, be very good at that thing, build a base level of stability with that thing. And in this case, we're talking about profitability on a time frame. And then, and only then, when it's become rote, routine, just algorithmic, robotic, then you can branch out, right? You have to condition routine into your brain and then build on top of your condition, on top of your routine. And then the other thing becomes routine. And then the other thing becomes routine. If you try to establish 9 routines at once, you're just going to end up depressed, despairing, and probably annoying the people that count on you the most. All right. Anyways, with that being said, so let me know, guys. Like, let's take a break. We can go to the macro analysis, but we've kind of done that all week. It's Friday. Let's have some fun today. Let's relax. It's already 12:24. So we're going to do 6 more minutes of general analysis. But let me know in the chat, guys. Let me know, what positions did you take? Did you catch this long, especially the guys in the group with access to all the premium indicators? For those of you guys who are watching that aren't in the group, did you guys get short on this? Are you guys looking to take price to the upside? I really love hearing the analysis of other people. And of course, you guys are members of our community, and I just love communicating with you. So just you'll get loose to it once it gets off his soapbox. Yeah, we're gonna do the Q&A section at the end. I promise. I'm gonna go through the chat. Mods, by the way, if you guys are seeing questions, please grab those, put them down at the bottom of the show notes, and in the last 20 minutes of the show, I'll go through and I'll answer all the questions. I will do that. I promise. I want to keep some nice, good structure to the show. So 5 more minutes of analysis. We're gonna hop into news and current events. But yeah, let me know, guys. What you're doing in this current volatility with this current market. Let us delve, however. Let's go over and look at the monthly again. Let's just reconfirm this. We do have again our monthly sell signal coming in below the baseline. Powerful signal from Water explosion. Commodity channel index below our dynamic zero level. A confirmed Minx crossover. And now on this monthly, the close of this monthly, unless things dramatically change and we get a huge reverse, we are looking at also the centered oscillator signal from Minx crossing below the zero line. And again, just simply using Quadriga and volume profile, it does point us down for an initial target of 4,900. Okay. The actual target, you can see that Quadriga has mostly remained flat because we've gotten very little monthly price action relative to the monthly candles so far. Of course, we do have quite a lot of the month left, so we don't have anything to invalidate this. Getting over to the weekly, we can what can we see from the weekly? Okay, again, same thing. We do have a one conf signal here. We have a two conf signal here. Look at commodity channel index and WADA signaling on this candle right here. But we are above the baseline. We're above the baseline till here. And then here we do get the weekly sell signal. And what have we seen? What have we seen? And this is a strategy that I know a lot of guys impart. They don't take the direct weekly signal or the daily signal or whatever. They wait for the pullback to the baseline to get a better entry price. I know Midwest does this a lot. He talked about this yesterday. This is an advanced strategy that we will be covering in further Pathways to Profit modules, but you guys are fairly familiar with this with your own testing. But as you can see here, here's the weekly confirmed sell signal. And what do we get? We get 2 weeks of pullback to the baseline. And for those of you familiar with how we do things around here, that's a re-entry signal or a continuation signal or a reversal baseline bounce, which we talk about all the time. The only type of reversal trades that we do like to take. Daily. Okay, so the daily is a little juxtaposed to this. So let's talk about the daily because I want to be frank about this. On today's daily close, and I want to see if it actually happened yesterday. So yesterday's daily close, we got a 2 conf long signal. Okay, we got a 2 conf long signal. Commodity channel index crossing above the dynamic zero. Okay, price closing above the baseline. And of course, you guys may or may not be using a different baseline. So for those of you with less sensitive baselines, this is not an issue because then you guys are like, nah, screw that. But I'm using the 20 Hall MA. And now on today's candle, we do have Minx giving us a crossover. Now it's not above the centered oscillator signal yet, so it's not a full firepower, blah, 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 but it is a crossover above the noise line. And so for those of you who are using Minx as a line cross and not as a centered oscillator, that's going to be a signal, like I do. But let us rest assured in our Lord and Savior, Wadatar Explosion, who is telling us, nah, don't go long yet, bro. So some discrimination factors. So if you were in a daily short signal and now this isn't affecting our hedge, but this is affecting your full risk positions. If you were in a full risk short position, this has been invalidated. If you're using an algo like this has been invalidated. At least for me, it would have been invalidated on yesterday's daily close. Of course, I'm not in a full risk daily short position, so this doesn't really affect me or matter. Let's go look at the 4 hour. The 4 hour is signaling along. And of course, we got that hourly long signal here. But I'm going to be quite hesitant to take that 4 hour long. This is not something that I'm going to be taking. I'm going to wait, be patient, and let price kind of play out here. I do think that overall, this is a good opportunity to get down and get short. Nice spike to the upside, getting filled. And the other thing, too, is if we go down to look at the hourly here, pretty nice little outlier of volume, right? I like to see that. I like to see those outliers of volume stretching up into, again, we've talked about this level of resistance again. Generally, when price approaches resistance on high volume, high volatility, and high momentum, it generally reverses. When price just kind of like creeps up on low volume, you typically get a blowout. And we can actually see that if we look at the hourly. You can see price approaching. See, look at this. Let's look at this range, right? Approaching resistance here again on low volume, low momentum, low volatility, and we just get a big explosion. And currently a big, massive sell-off. And again, those big, massive sell-offs are bearish signs. The nice breakouts are where we close above quite strongly, right? And we've talked for the premium members, make sure you guys go check out the time transformation strategy video. I know a lot of you guys are using TT, but go revisit that video where I do explain the correlation between volume and breakouts. Now you can actually use the built-in functions of time transformation to let you know the difference between a fake breakout or what we currently see right now, a big sell into in a shorting opportunity generally, or an actual genuine breakout. But again, you just have to be patient. You have to wait. You have to take your time. All right, it's 12:30. Let's get into the news, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Ether says, I'm late, but I caught that. Hell yeah, baby.